Hello guys, today I'll be talking to you about how to implement a search bar into your Android program. So you might ask, why would you want to implement a search bar into your Android program? Well, you could say that in some cases you would want to use a search bar because, for example, if you're making a dictionary app or something much like it, you would want to have a search bar so that the user can interact by typing in a search query, and your program will either match the query with what the user wants or give them suggestions. Before you implement a search interface into your program, you want to decide whether you want to have a search dialog in your program or a search widget. Now, the difference between a search dialog and a search widget is that a search dialog is a UI component that is controlled by the Android system, which basically means is that it's a tool, it's a search bar that it's initially there in your program until it is activated by the user. And once it's activated by the user, it'll implement something into the program. While a search widget is an instance of a search view, which is right over here, search view. And what it will do is that you can move the search view around in your action bar, which is at the top right here. And once the user clicks on it, they're allowed to search something up or enter in a search query, and the program will run from there. After you figured out whether you want to implement a search widget or a search dialog, what you want to do now is the first part in creating your search bar, which is you're going to create a searchable configuration. So what you want to do is you want to go on the Android website, which I'll put the link in the description, and you want to go to where it says searchable configuration, copy the XML code right here, open up Notepad, and paste the code into Notepad. And where it says searchable XMLNS Android, and in the strings you can change it to whatever you want to be searchable. So for example, it could be a word in a dictionary app or a certain name or website. So right here it's a website. And what you want to do now is that you want to go to File, Save As, and save it as searchable.xml. Now what you want to do now is find your searchable XML file, and you want to copy it and put it into your XML folder in your project folder. And then that's one part of your search bar task complete, and then we'll go to the next part. Once you're done, what you want to do is you're going to open up your application, and how you're going to add your search button is that you're going to go to Composite, and where it says Search View, you're going to drag that and add it to your form. And what Search View is that it's an aspect of search widget, so you can, from Search View, you can modify into a search widget, and this is where your user will be entering in search queries. So once you're happy with what your form looks like, what you want to do is you want to go to your main code, which is main.activate.java, and what you want to do now is you want to import the various libraries you're going to need for the search bar. So what you have to implement is that you have to import java.appbar.actionbar, you have to import android.widget.adapterView, you also have to import android.widget.searchView, as well as you have to also implement Android widget.adapterView.on item click listener. Now the next part you want to do is when you're in your code is that where it says protected void onCreate, what you can do is under that code you're going to type in super.onCreate saved instance state. Then underneath you're going to type in set content view r.layout.search. Then right under that, what you're going to do is you're going to type in intent, or whatever name you want to name it, equals get intent. And right after that, you're going to type in if intent.actionSearch equals intent.getAction, string query equals intent.getString, search manager.query. And then you can run a method called doMySearch, and in this method that's where you'll do your search query. And then what this line of code will do is that once the user types in something into the search bar, it'll take it as a search query and it'll run the method and this method will search through your queries of what it can be searchable or what you set as searchable, and then it will do something based on that. So what I said before is the basic code that you'll need to implement your search bar. And what I have over here is I created my own code, and this is where I have my string query or my search query, And what it's going to do is that it's going to ask the user, or the user is going to enter something into the search bar, and based on what the user enters in the search bar, it will go through all the different possible queries in my Word activity Java file, and then based on what the user enters, if the user enters nothing, it will show that there are no results for what they're trying to search for. Or if the user enters in a specific string or character, it will show a list of what the user is going to see. So I'm going to run the application to show you guys what it looks like when what the search bar will look like when you run it. So I'm going to run this, and I'm going to pause the video, and I'll show you when the thing is running. Alright, so here is the widget, and the search widget, and we're going to see how it works. So say I was the user and I wanted to search in, so I'll click on the search button and I'll click over here. And what will happen is that if I type in an A, all these different things will pop out saying what are searchable and what isn't searchable. So whatever doesn't pop out is not searchable. So let's just click on Abby, and what will happen is that it will pop up a screen that says what an Abby is. And yeah, basically that's what our search widget will do. And thanks for watching.